Was there a dinner, a time when you went out to dinner with your brother after the murder where you vomited at the table? That happened. It's just yes or no.
Well, would you like to know the context? It did happen.
Okay, and who was present at that dinner?
Just my brother and me.
Okay, and that was kind of your first time out after this murder had occurred, right?
After it happened, I couldn't eat for several weeks, and then I was completely terrified to leave my house. So this was the first time I tried to leave the house and eat food, and that is how it ended up. I threw up.
At the dinner table, in a restaurant?
Yes, it was very embarrassing.
How long after the murder was that incident?
Probably about a month or so.
Was the dinner intended to be a celebration of the fact that your husband was murdered?
Absolutely not.
Did your brother refer to it as a celebration?
I highly doubt that.
Could that have been one of his jokes that was in bad taste?
He may have been celebrating the fact that I was willing to leave the house.
All right. Were you involved in the plot to kill your husband?
Absolutely not.
Did you have knowledge of the plot to kill your husband?
No.
But you suspected that your family was involved?
No, I did not suspect that my family was involved.
Did you mention in your interview with law enforcement that you suspected that your family could be behind this?
I think I speculated about lots of things during the 6 hours I spent with law enforcement without an attorney present trying to help them solve this murder. Yes, I said all kinds of things.
All right, and one of the things you said was that your family very much disliked him and that you thought it was possible that someone had done this on your behalf, unbeknownst to you.
I did say I thought someone might have done this on my behalf, yes.
And who did your brother know that had connections that could get something like that done?
I have no idea.
Do you know Katherine Magbanua?
I have met Katherine Magbanua twice, as I mentioned.
She was your brother Charlie's girlfriend at the time of this murder, wasn't she?
I believe
Objection
so.
asked and answered.
There may have been other girlfriends
Overruled.
here at the time.
All right. Wait a second. Okay, now answer the question.
Specifically at the time of the murder, Katherine Magbanua was your brother's girlfriend at that time, correct?
I think so.
Okay. And can you identify her? You mentioned you've been to the beach with her on one occasion and dinner on another occasion. Do you see her in the courtroom?
Yes. I do.
Could you please point her out and describe what she's wearing?
She is sitting over here. She has on a striped blouse and a blazer.
Let the record reflect the witness has identified the defendant. You mentioned that your brother Charlie had a lot of girlfriends. Did you meet all of his girlfriends?
I highly doubt I met all of them, but I met a lot of them.
All right. And specifically in reference to this defendant, did you talk to her on the phone ever separate from your brother?
I have no memory of ever doing that. I don't think so.
Okay, so it wasn't like you had become girlfriends or had an independent relationship with her. You only saw her secondary to visiting your brother?
Twice.
On 2 occasions. I'll show you State's Exhibit 35.
Yes, I do.
How do you recognize it?
That was the second time we got together. It looks like the 3 of us at the beach.
And who's the 3 of you?
So it's me, Katy, and one of her friends.
Do you remember the friend's name?
I do not.
If I said it, would you be able to say yes or no?
I wouldn't.
Okay. And do you know when the photo was taken?
I don't. My best guess is 2013 or 2014.
Okay. One moment, please, Your Honor.
Okay.
Do you recall going to Miami for Father's Day in June, right before Dan Markel was murdered?
I don't have a strong memory of it, but it sounds like something I might have done to visit my dad.
Okay. Did you previously testify in reference to this same photograph or a similar photograph?
Yes, I have.
Okay. And did you testify at that time?
Objection, Your Honor, improper impeachment. We're fine with
We'll
something.
return to it, Judge.
All
Just
right,
give me a
that's
minute.
sustained.
All right. And did you have any contact with this defendant since the murder in any kind of way, any communication?
No.
Did you have any contact with her in any way on the day of the murder?
No.
Do you remember what girlfriends came after Katherine Magbanua as far as your brother's girlfriends?
In order?
Just do your best.
I do. I mean, I feel nervous about saying their names out loud just to...
Why don't we just use first names then?
I remember Whitney.
Okay.
After Whitney,
Whitney, And was Whitney a serious girlfriend?
I think Whitney was a fairly serious girlfriend.
All right. And what about after her?
I'm blanking after Whitney.
Do you remember June?
Yes, yes, June was after Whitney.
Okay. And can you give me the basic time frame for Whitney?
I just really remember how old my boys were, but I don't know how long she was in his life for. So maybe like 2014 to 2015 or 16, and then June after that, and I think on and off for a couple of years. And then he was together with the mother of his son, and that was probably 2017, 2018.
Okay. I'm going to approach, would it refresh your recollection to look at some text messages so you could give me exact dates of when these women were in your brother's life?
Sure.